You're listening to Video Game Compendium with your hosts Ian and Casey. Let's talk about the history of games, the immediate history. Last year. Hey Casey.
Hey, what?
Was 2017 a good year for games?
2017 was indeed a good year for games. There was quite a bit of stuff that was released that was pretty good.
What about the AAA stuff? The stuff we see every year? Was it good this year, or was it more of the same?
It was the same. More of the same. But it's always the same, which isn't a bad thing because it's usually pretty good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not mundane and repetitive.
Okay, I agree with you. But I think we'll talk about some stuff, and we'll find that 2017 was actually an improvement over 2016.
Okay.
Wait, did I say that wrong? 17 was better than 16.
No, you said that right.
Okay. I got this howling ghost in the background that keeps throwing me off, so please disregard.
Please disregard the howling ghosts. The ghosts and ghouls.
The ghosts of 2017 games.
The super ghosts and ghouls of 2017 games haunting your room right now.
Yep. So did you play any of the AAA stuff that came out?
Well, define AAA.
There was an ad for it at GameStop. Like in the store.
Well, I don't look at the ads in GameStop. I tend to block them out. I do go to GameStop, actually, which is surprising because a lot of people are like, oh, GameStop sucks. And I tend to agree with them for the most part. But, however, I tend to ignore the ads because they push games that tend to suck.
Yeah.
So I ignore their ads. However, again, I would say, yes, I did play some of the AAA games. Like, I played Persona 5, and we'll go ahead and say that's a AAA game.
Okay.
I played Battlefield 2, which actually sucked. I thought it sucked. A lot of people liked it. Some people didn't. Microtransactions, blah, blah, blah. I didn't like it. I thought it was just a boring, mundane, like, run-of-the-mill, nothing special about it. And then I don't think I played any other like AAA games beyond that. Cause like the big ones were like Call of Duty, World War II, and then Assassin's Creed,
Destiny, etc. And I believe Battlefield came out. Wait, are you talking about Star Wars Battlefront? Or are you talking about Battlefield?
Did I say Battlefield?
You said Battlefield.
I meant Battlefront.
That was last year. Okay.
I meant Battlefront.
Okay.
Oh, I played Resident Evil 7. That's a AAA game.
Okay, yeah, that was a AAA game. All right, so let's talk about
that.
The AAA like stuff, because that's, I mean, even though you and I don't care, we think it's garbage. It's just annual. Give me that money games.
Give me that money.
It's pretty important when you consider like the landscape of gaming.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's get into that real quick. First, I'm going to talk about the annual stuff that, like, reliably year after year you're going to get a new one.
Call of Duty.
All right, Call of Duty. So World War II.
World War II, which came out in 1940. When?
1984.
1984. When the hell do you think World War II happened?
What, 18...
dude.
What's that Capcom, the fighter game? 1842.
1842.
Is that what you said?
No. 1942, you mean?
1984. All right.
No, it's 1942.
All right, fair enough.
I don't even know what to do with you right now.
That's okay. We don't have to handle that right now.
I'm pretty sure that's like when World War II was going on, so...
Yeah, during 1984.
Oh my god.
Alright, so Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
There was a new one in 2017. It's still holiday season releases. I mean, that's when they get the most money.
Yeah, that's when they get that cheddar.
That's when we get the Santa Claus dollars.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you think World War II did compared to last year's Infinite Warfare?
Much better, because Infinite Warfare was a terrible game.
Even by Call of Duty standards, that was a terrible game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so yeah. It was a huge success compared to last year.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. And, like, actually, World War II, I would say, I don't know, World War II just, like, looked like they were trying to go back to their roots, but...
Yeah, they really marketed it like that as well.
And I didn't buy it. I didn't buy the game, but I didn't buy their marketing campaign of we're going back to our roots, because I remember the original Call of Duties and I remember what they were like. And I guarantee that this new Call of Duty was just another shooter, generic wise, and it wasn't going back to your roots trying to reinvent the game, you know?
For sure.
But I digress.
Yeah, thank you for digressing, because that was really boring.
Digression.
Let's get through the boring stuff quick.
Okay.
So we can get to the fun stuff. All right, so some boring numbers. World War II has a combined average across the consoles on Metacritic, 77.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's almost an 8.
Yeah, it's almost an 8, right?
That's like saying it's a decent game.
it's very close to saying it's a decent game.
Which, okay, that scale, like, interests me a lot, because if you're saying it, like, 1 out of 10, you're saying 1 to 10 is, like, your scale, right?
Right.
1 being the worst, 10 being the best. But if it's, like, a 5, that's, like, a terrible fucking game. Like, that's a really bad game.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I mean, the only reason these numbers matter in this conversation is because I'm comparing them to last year's numbers. So, granted that the scale is totally off, we can still look at this and then compare it to Black Ops 3, the last successful Call of Duty game. And so...
Okay. Right. The last successful Call of Duty game.
Which was a 76.
So 1 point below.
Yeah, so 1 point below.
Okay, so Black Ops 3...
That's an improvement, right?
Yeah, they're going up. They're on the up and up. Hopefully the next year's game is better.
Right. So World War II has made over $1 billion in revenue.
1 billion with a B?
With a billion B.
with a billion B.
with a B movie.
Do you like jazz?
Yeah. So and this game came out in November, right?
Yeah. Did it?
I think so.
I think
it made $500 million in 3 days. Its first 3 days, it made $500 million.
Jeez. But
Black Ops 3 made $550 million in its first 3 days.
Oh, wow.
I think wasn't that the one that came with like a drone or something? Like you could buy a $1,000 copy of the game or some nonsense.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I think you're right.
So maybe that's where they're getting that extra money.
Those rich bastards were like, oh, I gotta get my drone.
So it's really hard to get actual numbers of like copies sold, digital and physical. So there's a website called Game Charts, and that's where I'm pulling most of my numbers from. So if anybody's listening and they got different numbers somewhere else, this is the source that I'm using. I don't 100% believe in it, but it's good enough ballparks.
It's seemingly reliable.
Yeah, it's the most reliable that I can find so far.
Thus far.
Activision claims that 20.7 million players have been on Call of Duty World War II.
20.7 million.
But like the sales numbers are more like 10, 11 million sold, like copies sold.
I mean, maybe they're giving out free copies?
Maybe.
Well,
I mean, there's also like, I don't know if they're tracking accounts, because like one guy can buy it and like he and his roommate or whatever are playing the one copy. So there's 2 gamer tags online type of thing.
I mean, it also did go on sale. So are you going off the basis that it's a a $60 game?
No, those calculations don't really work out.
Oh, okay.
Because of the things like the special edition and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, they could be fabricating just to be like, hey, look how big our digital wang is. We have this many players playing our game. Where you at, Destiny 2? Actually, they own Destiny 2. Don't they, Activision?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They're competing against themselves to create this artificial, like, well, World War II is doing better than Destiny 2. So, where are you at, other shooters of the world? Battlefield?
So
Dice.
let's address that claim in just a second.
Okay.
I wanted to make one more note about Call of Duty. This is the 9th year in a row that it is the number one in terms of sales game in North America.
I'm disappointed in North America.
Worldwide, it has been the number one in sales 8 out of the last 9 years.
I'm disappointed in you, world. I'm disappointed in everyone.
Yeah. I wasn't able to find what game topped it.
The 1 year?
Yeah, the 1 year. I didn't look into it that closely. But anyway, so let's get on to our next game, Destiny 2. Not really an annual. I think they got
more like Destiny Poo.
Okay, so how do you think Destiny 2 has been rated compared to the first Destiny? Better or worse?
Worse.
So if I told you Destiny 1 has a 75.5, do you think Destiny 2 is better or worse?
Worse.
See, that's what I was thinking based off of what people are saying about it.
But it's better?
85.
Man.
Right?
Destiny, no.
It's been really successful.
The first Destiny was so boring.
Yeah.
It was like, they should have just called it Boring Game, and I would have got the same enjoyment out of it. In no shape or form was that game a destiny of mine. Like, it was my destiny to put it down.
Wow. Someone should put that on the back of the box.
Yeah. Like, yeah. For real.
But, yeah, apparently this one's a success. Who knew?
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, people are playing it. It's got a lot of active people. They're still selling a lot of DLC. It seems like it's actually been financially a success.
Hey, this is where I say I'm disappointed.
The ratings are going up too.
God. Okay.
Next, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Origins, set in Egypt. This is the one that...
This one looked pretty good, right?
Yeah, it interests me.
What was the last Assassin's Creed game you played? Brotherhood?
What? No, I played the last one that came out. Syndicate.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play that one.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So Assassin's Creed was starting to nosedive.
Yeah.
And so they took last year off. There was no Assassin's Creed 2016.
Well, if there was...
Well, it was a movie.
Michael Fassbender.
The fastest bender in all the land.
And then he became a snowman. Poor dude. He just couldn't catch a break. His name was Harry Hole in The Snowman. Can you believe that?
No.
I swear. Serious? Yeah, I'm 100% serious. His name was Harry Hole in the movie The Snowman.
Oh my god.
Whoever wrote that...
I want to watch that.
Like, come on. You have to know that that's like a joke name. But they totally took it serious, man.
They must have put it as like a placeholder, and then nobody
fixed it. They're like Harry Hole, and then the editors like never looked like at it again. They're like, yeah, whatever, just Harry Hole. Yeah, that's his name.
That's a reasonable name for a human.
All right, Assassin's Creed.
All right, Assassin's Creed Origins. Metacritic average across consoles 83.
Not bad. Which is interesting because it should be higher than Destiny 2.
Which it is not.
Which, yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah. Syndicate got a 76, which is way too high.
Yeah, that's way higher than it should be.
Yeah.
I think that has the effect of the name. Like...
Yeah, for sure.
Since it was called Assassin's Creed, people are like, well, This game...
I like Assassin's Creed games.
This game is called Assassin's Creed. Automatically, it's better than other games. So, 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. And that's how it got even remotely higher than it should have been.
Yeah, I agree. But since we're looking at these numbers, like, compared against the previous version, I think it kind of makes sense to take a look at these. But on their own, these numbers are inflated or meaningless or...
Well, yeah, reviews are always meaningless, technically.
Yeah.
It's someone's opinion.
But it does kind of reflect... When it comes to the like these AAA annuals, it reflects the popularity.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Like the populace. But the only opinion that really matters is like mine. Like if I were to say a game is good or bad, like then you should listen. Okay, what's the next game?
Actually, I was gonna finish on Assassin's Creed real quick.
Oh.
So in the first 10 days, Origins doubled the sales of Syndicate in its first 10 days.
That's not surprising at all.
So they sold 100% more copies, like in the first week and a half.
Well, they really marketed this game a lot, like, differently.
Yeah, that's true.
Man, that was really bad English. But yeah, they marketed it in a way that it was more digestible and more aesthetically pleasing. And I feel like even people like me would be interested in it when I'm not normally interested in Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
I'll play them, but it's not my normal cup of tea, per se.
Yeah, they did in the trailers and footage that I watched, they really tried to address the issues that people had with the previous games as well.
Yeah.
So, it seems like it was successful for them.
Right.
2.2 million copies sold. Yeah, so...
That's not bad.
That's all I have to say about that.
Not bad.
I might check it out sometime. Probably not.
Might check it out even. Like when it's in the $10 bin, I might check it out.
Maybe. Hold on. Alright, so much for not editing this one.
I'm going to leave that in.
My cat was trying to light itself on fire to get my attention.
They're going to hear your cat hissing at you.
Alright, so let's get on to sequels. So these are basically just games that have had a sequel, but they aren't an annual.
Okay.
They're not. So I'll just get into it. Evil Within 2.
Okay, that was a game that came out.
Mm-hmm. Did you play it? I know you liked the first one.
I just recently got it because it was on sale finally, and I had money. Okay.
I've heard good things about it. It's better received than the first one. The first one wasn't bad. It was like...
I love
you really liked it. I hated it. I thought it was so dumb.
Well, I think you're so dumb, but I still talk to you, so...
And I thank you for that.
No, the first one was a lot of fun, and I definitely enjoyed the atmosphere of the game, even though it wasn't like super scary. I like the way they set it up, and this one looked pretty good too. So
fair. I hope it's good. Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars came out so long ago, man.
Yeah, why did they make a sequel?
I don't know. So I was working at a game store when this game came out, and like, oh my god! So all the kids were like, "Mom, I need the new Halo game for Christmas, right?" And so I couldn't count the number of like 13 and younger boys coming in going, this game isn't a Halo game. I want to return it.
Yeah, it's an RTS, you little shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know why they made the second one. From what I understand, the first one was actually pretty good for an RTS on a console. Well, working with those limitations, it was actually pretty good.
Star Fox 60, or not Star Fox, StarCraft 64 was pretty good. I guess Star Fox 64 was pretty good too, but
I'd play Star Fox RTS.
I would too, but StarCraft 64 was pretty good.
Did you play the R-Type RTS on PSP?
I played Warcraft 2 on PlayStation 1.
Okay, that's completely unrelated, aside from the fact that it's kind of...
It's an RTS.
An RTS.
Man, do you want to fight me?
A little bit.
All right, what else?
So Halo Wars 2, how do you think it did?
I mean, I heard it was actually decent. Like, just like the first one, it was a surprise, like, oh, wow, this game is actually pretty decent, but, like, didn't sell well, I guess.
Yeah, it didn't sell well. And it got 79. Halo Wars, the first one, got an 82.
There you go.
So I think, actually, Halo Wars 1 being a surprise, not steaming pile of trash, might have set the bar too high for Halo Wars 2.
So people were like, oh, wow, this isn't quite as good as the first one.
Or as good as I remember it being, since that game's probably at least 8 years old by now. I should have looked up when it came out.
Dude, it's probably got to be 10.
That's what I was thinking, right?
I worked at the game store, like 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Or 11.
Yeah, time flies. All right, Outlast 2. Did you play the first one?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
See, everyone praises the shit out of that game, and to me, it's a little overrated for a horror game. It's not that scary. It does have some spooks, some parts that make me go, oh! but overall, like, the game and the atmosphere it's more about jump scares, and
yeah.
I don't know. And plus it's a ripoff of Michigan.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
high five to anyone who got that reference.
If you're going to rip off Michigan, you got to do it right.
You got to do it right. I'd love to see a remake of that game.
I'd just like to see it come out in America. Officially.
Yeah. Officially. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Suda, if you're listening. Officially. Michigan.
Get that out. All right, so Outlast 2, you think it was better or worse? Than
the first one?
Yeah.
Worse. I heard a lot of people complaining about how the second one was not as good as the first one.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It did work. It got a 76 compared to Outlast 2013, which got an 80.
Okay, so that's not terrible.
And these are just the PC ratings, because I considered it a PC game. That's what. Really?
Well, no, because it came out on PS4. That's what a lot of people played it on.
Really?
Oh. Yeah.
All right, this is before it came out before I had a PS4. I just remember people playing it on PC because it didn't come out on the PS4 at the same time. It didn't come out on PS4 in 2013, I don't think.
You just got a PS4 like a week ago. What are you talking about?
No, I got it this year. No, last year. I mean, I got it last year.
Yeah, you got it last year, like a week ago last year.
Like in May. No, it's like, I've had it for a good 6 months.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Wolfenstein 2.
I heard that was really
better
good.
Or worse than the new order?
I don't know. Probably, I don't know.
Significantly better.
Wow.
If you call it 7% significant. New Order, 2014 got an 80. And Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus is 87.
Wow. I wonder if it's okay, not trying to bring politics into this, but I wonder if it has anything to do with the political climate.
I don't know.
Like, yeah, I get to kill some Nazis. Awesome. Like, if that clouds anyone's judgment where they're like, oh, I'm going to shoot some Nazis right now. And then it, like, immediately made them raise their score of the game.
Oh, just in ratings, not in, like, sales? Okay, maybe.
Because, you saw, like, the right-wing people who were like, I'm going to boycott this game because they're shooting white people and, they're not hearing them out. Or, whatever. And then the left-wing people that were like, oh, I'm going to shoot me some Nazis.
Buy 2 copies now. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so I wonder if the political climate had anything to do with the way that game was rated.
Maybe. I feel like, didn't Wolfenstein 2 come out, like, earlier in the year before that stuff started cropping up?
I mean, since all this shit's been going on since early 2016 when Trump announced that he was going to run and, like, the whole SJW stuff, blah, blah, blah.
No, but, like, it really, like, came in wasn't Charlotte or something? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Charlotte's... Yeah. Well, that I would say it flared up really heavily in 2016, and Wolfenstein came out later, 2017. 2017. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it came out, like, early summer. Maybe I should have looked at dates. I did a really bad job with this.
No, it came out later. Not like super late, but later. All right, what other sequels?
I got one more. I'm calling Lost Legacy Uncharted a sequel to Uncharted 4.
Okay.
How do you think it did? Have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't.
Because it's a digital only.
No,
this one got a disc.
Yeah, I got a disc.
Oh, okay.
It was basically DLC that got
Yeah.
a disc.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I guarantee it didn't do better than Uncharted 4, though.
No, it did not. It got 84. Uncharted 4 got a 93.
Dang, Uncharted 4, you killing it.
I know.
What about...
Solid game.
You forgot a couple sequels.
Okay, like what?
Resident Evil 7.
Oh, man, where did... Oh, I put that in a different category. I didn't really look at it.
Shadow
compared
of Mordor.
Resident Evil 6, because that game was so old, and it's such a different...
Halo Wars 1 is even older.
Okay, that's fair.
Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah, so so my next section, I didn't do like sales figures and stuff on. I just wanted to reflect on the games that at the end of 2016, people were really hyped for these games to come out in 2017.
What about Mass Effect? That's a sequel.
That's in the LOL, this game did terrible category.
Persona 5?
Okay, I'm done with the sequels category.
Bro, I'm just letting you know that your sequels category kind of sucked because you forgot some sequels in there.
I didn't forget. I put them in a different... All right, come on. All right, so I'm going to roll through some of the games that came out in 2017 that had like a big build-up from 2016.
Okay, and then
All right.
we'll talk about briefly about them if they kind of lived up to the hype or not, in our opinion.
Yeah, that's the point of this section.
Okay.
All right, Shadows of War.
Shadow of Mordor?
No, Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
Yeah, Shadows of Mordor was the first one.
Oh,
right?
Was it?
Yeah, Shadow of War, Middle-earth.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't care about that game.
Okay, did you try it?
No.
All right.
That's how little I care about that game.
Okay, so it's up to the listeners to reflect, I guess.
Reflect on this game.
For them.
Well, I just don't care. Like, the first one was just like, it was kind of a boring game to me, and I just didn't care about the second one.
Fair enough. It was as exciting as you made it, in my opinion.
I didn't make it very exciting then.
That's fine. Call back to our Monolith and Lithtech episode. You remember this game was...
Yeah.
You remember this game was written on that engine?
Yeah.
That the guy started when he was 16?
Yep.
Battlefront 2, Star Wars.
I hated that game.
Yeah, everyone was hyped, and the game, regardless of microtransaction, the game isn't good.
I didn't like it. Some people did, but I did not.
Who?
I don't know. I know there are people out there that liked it. There's a guy that I work with that loved it. He's like, I'm not gonna literally name people. Like, I don't want like people to be like, I gotta find out who this person's name is and like Google search me and then find him and be like, you liked that game? Because I could see that happening. His first name was Anthony. How about that?
There we go.
If he listens to this, if he listens to this.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, say their name so they can be like, man, why'd you call me out?
All right,
you can tell if they listen.
So his name is Anthony, and he loves Battlefront 2. And I was like, bro, that game sucks. I'm not a fan. I just think it's pretty boring. Yeah.
So this is like a cautionary tale for when we're thinking about the games we're hyped for 2018. Just remember how many times you've gotten burned. That's kind of what I'm saying.
All right.
Speaking of ukulele.
I haven't played it yet. I still want to, though, because it looks cool.
Yeah, but it's not good. Nobody likes it.
Is it not good?
I don't think anybody likes it. I didn't like it.
Well, okay. I still want to play it, though. I have a feeling that it'll be one of those games that I will still enjoy regardless of it being, like, good or not. Because, like, Recore is not that great of a game, but I enjoy it quite a bit.
Okay, that's fair.
So,
this can be one of those games where for some reason you have, like, just a connection with it.
Yeah, I feel like I'll enjoy it.
Fair.
Kind of like Super Lucky's Tale, which also came out this year.
Oh, that's true. I didn't look into that one. Sonic Mania.
I haven't played it yet because it's digital only.
It's digital only. Man, let me tell you, that game is fun.
Yeah, I bet it is.
It's the most fun I've had with a Sonic game since Sonic 2006. Call it.
I've been playing Sonic Generations stream, obviously, but Sonic Mania looks like a lot of fun, and I would totally play it if they would release a physical copy.
You'll have to come back and visit. You can play it on my machine.
All right.
Since you didn't have to pay any money for it.
Okay.
All right, now we can talk about Resident Evil 7.
All right, Resident Evil 7 was the shit.
It surpassed the hype.
Dude,
in my opinion.
That game was so good.
So good.
It was creepy.
Yeah.
It had
the
actual survival horror.
It wasn't just jump scare. There were a couple.
Yeah, I love that game. And the puzzles were great. And it was like classic Resident Evil puzzles. It wasn't just like shit puzzles. Man. Yeah.
It wasn't shoot the guys, get the thing, shoot the other guys to bring it back.
And there was one part with the I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. There were a lot of really good parts.
Dude, there were a lot of good parts.
Yeah, this is a highly recommended.
And have you played it in VR?
No, I want
to.
Yeah.
Man, dude, bro.
Dude.
Let me tell you about my guy, my dude, my bro. Let me tell you about Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Oh my god. I'd like to try that.
Yeah. What else?
So this one, I don't remember it actually coming out, but when I was looking back at articles from 2016 talking about anticipated games, For Honor kept showing up.
Yeah, that game sucks.
Yeah, it was.
That game was really bad.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of people were super hyped for it because it was like a one-on-one battle game. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Absolver is. And this game sucks. Unlike Absolver, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which also came out this year.
I don't know what went wrong with it, because it's not really the type of game I play.
It's broke, and it just sucks.
Okay. Just bad.
Yeah, it's like a shitty fighting game. Like a really shitty fighting game.
With swords and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll get back to this one. Horizon Zero Dawn
was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a very great game.
It lived up.
So
it even pulled you in. See, you're not... I didn't think this was going to be on your radar.
Yeah, it wasn't. And I was honestly expecting to dismiss this game so quick, like faster than Sonic fast. I was ready to go like, Horizon Zero Dawn is a shit game. It is not worthy of all this praise. And then when I played it, I was like, wow, this game is actually really, really good. I'm impressed.
I feel like you might have actually said on this podcast that game didn't deserve the hype it was getting.
At some point?
Before it came out.
Oh, yeah, that might be true. And then it came out and I played it and I was like, holy shit, this game's got feels. This game's got like real good gameplay, solid graphics. I'm in. So you liked it this much, did you try the DLC? No.
It came out at the end of the year?
Nope, I didn't.
All right. Because you moved on or because...
Because I don't have the game currently.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. If I had the game still... actually, plus I don't buy DLC, remember?
Yeah. That's what I was wondering if it was...
I might get the complete edition at some point, since I don't have the game now. If I get the complete edition, I might end up playing the DLC.
Right on. That's also pretty good. DLC.
Sweet. Nice.
So, look forward to that. The two best games. Wildlands, Ghost Recon.
Didn't play it.
It wasn't good.
Okay.
Ghost Recon, I don't know why they're still trying.
I mean...
Like, they're not bad, but I don't know who's buying them. Like, I don't know anyone who plays them.
Random people on the street? Like, hobos?
Yes. They must have, like, a really dedicated audience, or people who buy them on accident because they think it's, like, Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure those are the only two people.
This game's like... Or it's like moms that come in to buy games, and they're like, this game's like Call of Duty, right? And the salesperson's like, yeah, sure.
Soldiers on it. No, working at the game shop, I've had a lot of people return Ghost Recon, be like, we couldn't figure it out.
This isn't Call of Duty. Well, no shit.
And then the crown jewel of 2017, Mass Effect Andromeda.
You mean Ass Effect?
Crap. Andromeda.
Ass Effect Enema.
Okay, yeah. We'll cut that.
I'm not cutting that. I'm leaving that in.
Oh man, what are they doing? What? So I read an article that came. I don't know if I should. I can't cite it. I don't have it pulled up. I didn't have it in the notes. But basically, they were alluding to all of the animation and facial CGI was outsourced because
good.
nobody at BioWare wants to take credit for it. So like, oh no, we have no idea what happened.
Well, yeah, it looked like shit.
You still ship the game, guys.
Yeah, and I don't know. The Mass Effect games are a series of games that I feel like are overrated. Like, the first Mass Effect game was pretty fun. It was an enjoyable game, but I never understood why people love them as much as they do. Yeah,
I think it was kind of like the fan fiction it's built in is what made it really popular.
Okay,
that's my opinion, because I mean I didn't really like them, any of them.
Okay,
I'm also bad at games, but
were there? So that was it from 2016 then?
No, man, we got the actual big one.
Oh,
Cuphead.
Oh yeah, Cuphead.
This game had a lot of hype going into it,
and then when it came out, it had a lot of hype, and
it exploded.
It exploded. Like for Studio MDHR.
Like that.
Yeah, they had a massive success on their hands, and good for them. Like, Cuphead's been a long time in the making, and they actually released a good product. So
yeah, no, it's the most beautiful game I've played.
They just need to release it on physical, which apparently is going to happen, according to... Yeah, I was reading somewhere that they're actually working on it. So they're not leaving me dead in the water, which I was like, thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
It's going to come out on the Switch or something.
That would be dope.
That wouldn't be bad.
I would love that.
Yeah, maybe that might actually be good.
What do you mean? That would be so awesome. I would have an instant gaming boner.
But so you thought it lived up to the hype?
Definitely.
Okay.
And the music, dude. The music, man, I could jam out to that 1930s, like... You heard me.
Yeah. So, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it should have just been a boss rush game. They shouldn't have had the platforming levels. I thought that those were bad.
Not really.
Okay, I thought it lowered the game.
If by lowered the game you mean made the game just as good as it was, then yeah.
No, it was a detriment. It was definitely a detriment.
I disagree, but because I don't really see anything wrong with the platforming levels. I thought they were fun.
Okay, I disagreed, but we can do that sometimes.
We can literally keep saying I disagree back and forth if we want.
I disagree. We have other stuff to talk about.
Sir, I disagree.
Okay, so real quick, I want to talk about fighting games. 2017 saw releases for 3 of the biggest, like, sect of fighting games. Tekken, yep. We got a Tekken, we got a Marvel vs. Capcom, and as much as you don't recognize it, we got an NRS game.
And we got Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2.
That came out this year?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have the numbers on that one.
Well, god damn it.
What are you going to do? You should proofread my notes next time. The notes I didn't want to show you. Okay, so I did something a little bit different for the fighting games. I'm looking at the Steam all-time peak numbers. Are you familiar with this?
Amount of people playing?
Yeah, so the highest number of, like, concurrent users on the game.
Well, that's not a good place to look because more people play on console than they do on Steam.
That trend's kind of moving. More people are playing on PC. I recognize it's not an ideal metric, but I can't get these numbers for Xbox and PlayStation, and this is kind of an important number when it comes to fighting games.
Yeah, but I mean, Steam still isn't the best place to look.
What would a better place have been?
I guess nowhere, but
yeah. Okay, thanks.
I mean, we could have sent an email to like somebody and been like, yo, dog, we want to know about your games, so we send an email about your games. Yeah,
well, if we email the publishers directly, they're going to give us inflated numbers. You can't trust that. It's bias. All right, so Injustice 2.
All-time peak. I'm going to say it this time because I can see your notes, bitch.
What? No.
I got it. Fine. The all-time peak for Injustice 2, 1,851. How's that make you feel?
I was going to ask you, how's that make you feel?
That makes me feel pretty good, because that's a pretty low number, and I'm glad. Injustice 2 does not deserve any sort of numbers at all. I'm assuming that approx 2 mil is what? Amount sold?
Yeah. Titles sold.
Titles sold. All right, so this is confusing. Tekken 7. All-time peak? 18,766. But 1.38 mil sold.
Yeah.
So less sold, but all-time peak is higher on Steam.
Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes to a fighting game, these are games that are supposed to have longevity, right?
Right.
So, when you look at something like Injustice 2 or NBC Infinite, which we will in a second, the numbers you see kind of imply that, yes, people bought the game, but they didn't spend much time playing it.
Right. And then Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which kind of sucks.
That game's garbage.
All-time peak, 3,592, sold 860,000 copies.
Yeah. So the lowest of the three.
And sold, but the all-time peak lowest was Injustice 2.
Yeah.
Because that game is just straight garbage.
Well, that game, I really don't think people are playing it on Steam.
Yeah, I think... again, that's why I think it's a weird metric, but...
No, for sure. So, yeah, just context. I think most people are playing this on PlayStation, but it would be great if I could get better numbers.
So, for reference, Street Fighter V all-time peak is 13,807.
Yeah.
So, Tekken 7 even smashes yeah. Street Fighter V. So, people, they're loving the shit out of Tekken 7.
Yeah.
They got their sticks out and their controllers out, and they're like, we playing Tekken 7 tonight. MVC 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, on PS4 and 360 sold at 2.4 million.
Oh, that's PS3 and 360. That's a typo.
Oh, PS3. My bad.
Last gen.
Last gen.
So this was re-released on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yes,
I didn't include those numbers. This is just the first version, last gen, 2.4 million. And Infinite is not even close to 1 million yet.
Damn. Well, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite sucks, so...
There you go.
That's all I could say about that.
That's the conclusion to draw, I think.
Then we also have Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, which we don't have the numbers for, but it's a great fighting game, and everyone should play it because Guilty Gear is all time.
That's the good stuff.
Also, Under Night In-Birth EXE latest comes out this year in America. Which you need to get, and I need to get, and we both need to get, so I can beat you with that Waldstein.
Come on, man.
Bro, do you want to go up against me and get your ass whooped?
Not anymore. I'm tired.
Alright, okay, so that's it for the fighting game section. What else do you got for me?
So we can talk real quick about Japan's influence on Western games, or gaming in general. If you'll notice, all of the stuff we've been talking about so far has been developed and published by non-Japanese companies.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
It's weird, right?
No, I mean, I didn't like that we haven't talked about any Japanese games.
So we could end this episode, and I think most people would be like, wow, yeah, they covered most of the games that I had played and what we've talked about so far. So to be able to have a pretty encompassing discussion and not have mentioned a single Japanese game is kind of weird to me. No,
because really popular games from last year, like Nier Automata and Persona 5 and Yakuza 0, Yakuza Kiwami, those
ones aren't that big though. I think Nier and Persona 5 are the two biggest from Japan.
Well, yeah, Nier and Persona are definitely the biggest, and those two games alone were really big last year, especially Nier made a lot of people's top of their favorites, and same with Persona 5. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, and a lot of Gamer's Choice Award things.
Yeah.
Because I've been...
Yeah, no, okay. So I'm not saying that we could have completed everything without talking about this. I just am trying to say that I think Japan's influence is weaker than it has been historically.
Okay, but you're also forgetting shit like Zelda.
No. Okay.
And also Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Again, I'm not forgetting. I'm just trying to put into context that...
Well, but
So you disagree with...
Well, I'm saying, I feel like...
the Japanese influence on what we play in North America is less than it has been before? You think it's just as strong as ever? No.
I'm saying it's probably close. Because they're,
All right.
Every time a new Zelda game comes out, every time a new Mario game comes out, those games explode.
And we got one of each in 2017.
Right. But then games like Nier Automata, which are a surprise game and it explodes and everyone's like, holy shit, this game is amazing. Like, I've never played a game like this before. Or Persona 5, which is a turn-based RPG that a lot of people don't like, but then they play it and they're like, oh my god, I hate turn-based RPGs, but this game is amazing. Mm-hmm. I almost ran out of breath there.
I noticed. I'm glad you didn't pass out. No, and see, everything you just said, that's why I like a larger presence from games developed outside of Japan, because there's more variety, they're more eye-opening to people, I feel like. So I'm very glad that these 6 or 7 games came out, because I played these way more than anything else that we've talked about so far.
Well, yeah, me too.
I just feel like the presence is getting smaller in the general audience. There's still people like you and I who live for this type or these titles, but I just feel like by and large it's getting weaker.
I mean, the next game that I'm really waiting for is like Ni no Kuni 2 or Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Mm-hmm. AKA the reason I'll buy a Switch.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes out.
But probably not till 2019.
Right. So I got another year. Maybe it'll be a new model out. Anyway. Alright, so let's talk about Persona 5.
Best game of last year.
That's your game of the year?
That's my game of the year.
It was a really good game.
100% my favorite game of last year. No questions asked. No doubt. No concern of mine. Like, if somebody asked me, what's your favorite game of 2017? My immediate response is going to be Persona 5. And they're like, wow, you didn't have to think about that very long. I'll be like, yeah, I know. Because it's Persona 5. 100%. Guaranteed. Every time. Amazing game.
Did you pick up Danganronpa V3?
Not V3. I still need to get that, because I love that series. But I definitely know I wouldn't put that up, like, on top. Like, I do love that series, though.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good for what it is, and you'll get it, and you'll play it, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that was a good time.
It's Phoenix Wright with murdering children. Like, how can you go wrong?
You can't.
Yeah.
So Persona 5, developed by Atlus. Danganronpa, developed by Spike Chunsoft, and I think Nippon Ichi published it in the US, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Marvelous? I think it was Nippon Ichi.
Nippon Ichi.
Nier Automata
is an amazing game. Honestly, so like, it was a surprise game for me, because the original Nier was good, but this one is way better. Yeah,
this one was a platinum game.
And a lot of people don't even know that there's a Nier before this.
Right? It's... I mean, you don't need to, because the first one was so different, and...
it was... Okay, it's a little different. It's a little different. It's not completely different.
I thought it was very different.
Not really.
Okay. Did you beat it? I didn't think so.
A while ago, yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
On 360.
You did?
You want to bet me money?
I'm gonna check your trophies.
Okay.
What do they call them? Achievos.
That's right. Achievements.
I'm gonna check your achievements after this.
Fine.
I don't believe you.
All right. That's a platinum game.
Yeah, it is.
And Platinum usually makes great games.
The top of the top tier. One of my favorite developers.
Yeah, they're good.
Everything they've done, I've enjoyed.
Even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Moving on, we've got
Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash with the big old titties.
Tamsoft and Honey Infinite Parade developed this one.
That was a fun game.
That game was really fun. It was like just
super ridiculous.
Incredibly ridiculous, fun gameplay. Very interesting. So think Titanfall, Battlefield, except
anime girls,
and water guns.
And he can't say this out loud, but I can. Big ol' anime titties.
Yeah. So much fun. Man, I'm still playing that game.
It's ridiculous.
We haven't played it online yet.
I know we haven't. We should do that.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be a good idea.
Yep.
All right, and then your game that you kept saying was better than Persona 5, and I want to throw a brick at your head. Blue Reflection by Gust and produced by Koei.
Did I ever say it was better than Persona 5? You interpreted it.
I'm pretty sure you were talking shit.
I just said it looked better than Persona 5.
Anyway.
It was so much fun.
It's on sale right now, so I might buy it soon.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, because it does look interesting.
No,
And
if you like Persona 5, you're going to like this game.
It looks good, so I'll probably end up buying it, and I'll probably end up loving it and be like, oh my god, I'm such a game See, I don't like anime, but I like anime games. Yeah, I say that as I showed you my Robotech laser discs that I got. Like,
hipster.
I know. Hipster. But no, like, I love anime games, but I don't like anime, it's just a weird conundrum that I run into. Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami.
Yeah, Kiwami was a remake of Yakuza.
Right, the first one.
On PS2.
Yep.
Which was great. It came out, it's a budget title. It was like $40, right?
Yeah, and it came in a steelbook if you got it right away, which is dope. It was a really cool steelbook, too.
Yeah. Japan knows how to package their games.
Yeah. No, it was definitely good.
Speaking of the Senran Kagura Special Edition, one of the best special editions I've ever...
Oh, dude, if you flip the cover art inside out, you got to see them, girls, the anime girls.
Yeah.
Woo-wee!
And the art book and the
oh, yeah, that art book.
The whole collection was really, really good.
Yeah, it was neat. I was a fan.
Did you play Neo?
Neo. Wait.
But when I say Neo, people are going to think Neo, but it's Nioh.
But it's pronounced Neo.
Yeah, I know. I said Nio, so people listening can he means
so
Neo.
You just spelled it, so Nioh.
Neo, yes.
Neo.
Did you play
it? Yes. And
how much did you play it?
A little bit. Don't compare it to Dark Souls, because I will cut you. But it was like faster paced Dark Souls.
You did it yourself.
I know.
Yeah, the people who liked this game liked it in a way, like their passion for it was similar to the passion I see people liking Dark Souls. I'm not saying the games are similar, but
they are, though.
Really played the crap out of it.
They are similar, though, in gameplay style. Yeah. And I personally think it was better than Dark Souls because it was faster paced and it felt less clunky. And that's what I hate about Dark Souls is it feels clunky. And this game felt less clunky and it felt faster and more fluid, which is what I like in a game. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. All right, so that wraps up Japan. That was Team Ninja that did that one.
Yeah, Team Ninja. Go, Ninja, go, Ninja, go. Go, 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 go.
All right, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Well...
Like the big Nintendo?
I want to point out that Sony did this thing called PlayLink.
Oh, yeah.
Where they released some games that, like, you could play on your phone over, like, your console.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty neat idea, and if they keep doing it, I feel like they could come out with some really cool ones. There was one called Hidden Agenda that is like a murder mystery done by the people who did Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Supermassive Games. And it was like, you all have like clues that you're doing on your screen. And like, some of you have like misleading clues, or some of you might like be a red herring. And so like, some of you might be working against the rest of the people that you're playing with. And it was just a really cool idea. And that like the whole idea is like, you're supposed to solve the murder. And it like that idea in itself is really cool for like a party game or whatever.
Yeah, I really hope that this that they do more in 2018 and it doesn't go like Vita style and they just kind of forget about it.
Right.
Because seeing more couch co-op games in this format or like in this experiment would be really great.
Yeah, and they're cheap games. They're like $20, so you mostly can't go wrong.
Yeah, like you could start to like compete with Steam in some aspects. If this sort of mini platform takes off.
I mean, Hidden Agenda, you can get... It was on sale on Amazon for like $12 or something the other day. And I was like, holy hell, dude. What am I doing with my life? Why don't I own this game yet? Okay, so back on topic, though. I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was a cool thing.
Thanks for bringing that up. I forgot about that.
That they started in 2017. Nintendo, obviously... dropped some big old bombs this year.
Yeah, this is a big year for Nintendo.
The Nintendo Switch, which is the worst console they've ever released. I'm just kidding. It's one of the biggest consoles they've ever released. It's on pace to outsell the Wii, which is their fastest, biggest selling console ever. Yeah. They released a new Zelda game, which was amazing.
Yeah.
By all respects. Probably one of my favorite Zelda games, which is tough to say. I hate to say it. In my heart, I hate to say, but it probably was. They released Mario Odyssey, which I haven't played it yet. I'm very disappointed in myself for not playing it.
I have not either. I really want to.
They released re-released a Metroid game, Splatoon 2, a new Pokemon, kind of a new Pokemon. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like, they had a big year this year. And then they re-released a whole bunch of shit. Like, let's be honest here. Like, half of the Nintendo Switch library is re-releases.
Is Wii U games that people didn't play. Because people didn't.
Yeah.
Wait, they put Bayonetta 1 on the Switch? Or was it Bayonetta 2?
They're putting Bayonetta 2 and 1. It's not out yet.
It's not? Okay.
Yeah. And then Bayonetta 3 is coming to Switch, which was an announcement made in 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 2018. I don't remember. We were recording this episode in 2018, so we're sorry about that if the information is incorrect. But yeah, they had a huge year.
Yeah, big.
Like, massive.
Big
super massive, big. But not like the developer super massive.
The Zelda game was really impressive. Breath of the Wild.
Supermassive did Bastion, right?
I think so.
Or
wait, no. Go look that up. Alright, so I'm going to list off some games that in 2016 we thought these games were coming out in 2017.
Oh, Hidden Agenda. They did the game we were just talking about. I'm an idiot.
Oh, yeah. God, it's getting late. Alright, so these games had a release date in 2017, and we still don't have that.
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
Days Gone.
Looks amazing.
That one should be pretty fun. Crackdown 3.
Man, that game's going to be fun.
That game's going to be... I'm going to kind of wish I had an Xbox. Yeah,
that game looks fun.
Overkill's The Walking Dead. Do you remember this one?
No. How do you overkill The Walking Dead?
With a hammer.
Oh.
Vampire. Do you remember this?
Yeah, the Life is Strange people's game.
Yeah, they did Remember Me.
Yeah.
I played that more than Life is Strange. And Detroit Become Human. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone actually thought that game was going to come out last year.
Detroit?
If you did, you're a dummy. Yeah.
Yeah, Detroit looks awesome, though.
Mm-hmm. They can take their time with it. All right, I just wanted to shout those ones out. We haven't forgot about you.
Yeah, we haven't forgot about you. I also wanted to mention the relevance of Battle Royale games in 2017. PUBG and Fortnite, they blew up.
Yeah.
Like an explosion.
Yeah, I think, years prior, there had been, like, smaller...
H1Z1?
Yeah, like, these little, and the Arma stuff, like, they were growing, and they were fragmented, but then PUBG came out, and it really pulled in, like, everyone who already played those games, and then with the streamers playing them nonstop, like, everyone was like, okay, I'm gonna be a follower and try out this game.
Except PUBG sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
I don't like it.
It's not a good game, but it is a fun experience.
I think people are more addicted to I just beat 50 other people or 100 other people or like 99 other people rather than the game actually being good.
Yeah, for sure. I do believe that that's the appeal. I mean, why beat a team of 3 people in League of Legends when you could spend a fraction of the time beating 10 people, maybe?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Do you think these games are going to continue?
Yeah, for a little bit. And then I think people will drop back into MOBAs. Probably.
I think the EAs and Activisions are going to sink their claws into this type of game.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to go, man, MAG was such a good game on the PS3. Massive.
Dude, I remember that was. Yeah, dude. Holy
man,
shit.
Nobody. Yeah, it did not go over well.
How do you bring up that game? That's that's an obscure title right there. No one else remembers that game except you and I.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Massive action game.
Massive action? Assault?
Was it Assault?
I don't know. I feel like it was Assault. I think Assault would sell more than action.
I don't know.
Anyway. That one game.
That one game.
All right. Before we wrap things up, I I've got a little statistic here I thought was interesting. I put together from looking at Metacritic for so long. So I'm going to tell you the average score for a game on each of the consoles.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to tell me if you think it's gone up or down since last year. Don't cheat. Don't look at my screen.
Okay.
All right, PS4. This year's average score was 70.1.
And I'm supposed to tell you if I think it's up or down from...
Up or down from 2016.
Well, with the release of, up.
You think it's up?
Yeah.
Slightly. By 1%.
Nice.
It was 69.1 last year. And caveat, these are coming from Metacritic again, but it's compared to previous years. And I think the game had to have more than 7 critical reviews.
Okay.
Anyway, Xbox One, 71.2%. Is that higher or lower?
Man, how's it higher than PS4?
I don't know, man.
Probably because it has less games. Xbox has no games. I would say, that's it. Well, if it's, I'd feel like that's higher than
high for average.
I feel like that's higher.
Yeah, it was 69.8 in 2016, so that's an increase of 1.4%.
Okay. So
the Switch averaged 71.2. Compare that to the Wii U last year. This is a gimme.
Well, the Switch probably did better than the Wii U because especially because Zelda and Mario Odyssey came out.
Yeah. So 71.2 is the average score of a Switch game, 2.7% higher than the 2016 Wii U catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And PC, 73.0. Is that up or down?
I don't know. Fucking PC could go either which way because there's so many games. Down.
It's up.
Oh.
2.2%. 70.8 was last year, or 2016.
Nice.
And bonus round, we got the 3DS.
Bonus round.
71.6.
I'm going to say that's 71.6. What came out in 2017 for the 3DS?
Yeah, we didn't talk about it much. We got new
Pokemans, Etrian Odyssey, Ever Oasis.
Yeah, there was some good stuff. Again, this is mostly coming from Japanese developers, which we didn't talk about too much.
There wasn't anything super huge though, so I'm gonna say down.
Yeah, it is down. It's aging, so there's more kind of shovelware titles, but it's not down by much. This year was 71.6. 2016 was 71.9. So it's not even a 0.5% drop.
Okay.
And Vita. Before I tell you the number, do you think it went up or down?
Well, with as few titles that are getting released on the Vita, it could go either way because just depending on what the number is, if it's a good number, I'm going to say up. If it's a bad number, I'm going to say down.
68.2.
Down.
Yeah, it dropped almost 5%.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Poor Vita.
I know, man. I'm not sure what to think about that.
Such a good console, though.
It is. I don't want it to die, man, because we're not going to get another one ever.
Yeah, not another Sony handheld.
Instead, so I'm going to slip in my biggest complaint about the Switch, which is that they're charging me console prices for portable games.
Yeah, but at the same time...
it drives me crazy, man.
They're making it look pretty good. It's not...
Yeah, it already looks good on the Vita. They're taking Vita games and putting them on the Switch and charging $10 more. That is a crime. I don't like that.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I get what you're saying.
All right, so to look at that, 2017 was a good year, right?
Yeah.
All in all?
I would say 2017 was a good year for games. After everything we've gone over. Persona 5 being the best of that.
So...
the creme de la creme.
You've already given your number one game. What's the game you spent the most time with?
Persona 5.
Okay.
I sunk a lot of time in that game.
Mine, we didn't even talk about Flint Hook. I think I spent the most time with Flint Hook. Flint
Hook was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That's another indie game.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't talk about any indie games. We kind of left them off on purpose because it's...
If we talked about indie games, we'd be here for another, 5 years.
Yeah, we've already been going on for...
An hour.
So, all right. You got anything else to add?
No. I mean, we could save anything else for other episodes or...
Yeah, we'll try and get some more more episodes recorded, some more stuff out there. Yeah, if you're listening to this on podcasts and you disagree with us, or if you have any suggestions on maybe some sites that have better statistics, go ahead.
Daddy,
you can tweet them at us. We have that Twitter thing, and if you're listening to the YouTube, because we put it up there too, you can comment. We pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, I usually respond within minutes. Like I'm pretty on top of it.
Yes, it's true.
Like,
we got that Discord thing too. If anyone actually uses Discord,
yeah, I respond to tweets, Facebook messages, and comments on YouTube within usually minutes. Sometimes less than a minute. Sometimes
telepathic.
Yeah, like
comments. You do respond to those as well, and carrier pigeons. Half of them you respond, half of them you just eat the pigeon, right?
Yeah, I roast it, like spit roast and...
Yeah, you got that whole setup.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this was fun.
It was fun. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, whatever, on our social media, and we love you. Ian, tell them you love them.
I love you. I love you.
I love them. I love you. All right, have a good night, everyone, or a good day, or a good morning. Whenever you're listening to this.
Enough. Shut up.
Goodbye. Done. Okay, I like that.
That one wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, that was good.